Today I brought us out to Evansville Disc Golf Course here in Evansville, Wisconsin. This is a nice little 9-hole course. Every single hole has 2 tee pads and most of them have 2 baskets. Given that, I think today we're going to play all from the short tee pads. We'll play to the yellow baskets, which are the shorter ones, and then we'll do a lap playing to the blue baskets, which are the longer ones. I've only ever played out here twice. Well, it was 1 2-round tournament. First round we played everything to the yellow baskets from each tee pad. Second round we played everything to the blue baskets from each tee pad. And I didn't do too hot in that tournament. Wanted to come out here, see if I can do any better. Hole 1, 250 feet to the yellow basket off to the right. I think I'm going to be throwing the Doomsday Blackout on a bit of a turnover line. And hopefully we can get there. Keep turning, skip, skip. Well, dead center of the fairway, 100 feet out still. We'll make par. I also want to talk today a little bit about this channel and who I am and that kind of stuff. So we'll intersperse that in between a couple of holes. But first, we've got a putt to try. Aim, fire the wrist, putting is easy. And we left it way right. At least we didn't go long and end up in the little river. Easy little tap in for par here on hole 1. We'll take those. Hole 2 is about a 155-foot forehand kind of chip shot. And throw the area 51. Try and keep it flat, let it fight back on its own. Or I'm going to throw it right into a tree. That's disc golf for you. Second shot, I'm just going to try and do the same thing I meant to do the first shot, just from 15 feet closer. Man, that thing's so stable on a backhand, but every time I throw it forehand, it just seems to want to ride whatever line I put it on. It doesn't ever fight out of an anhyzer. It's kind of weird. T-sign's got this one marked at 270. Basket is right there. There's a lot of ways to approach this one. I think I'm going to grab the Clash Cookie and go for kind of the hyzer play. Oh, hit the backside of the tree. I want to see what the turnover looks like. Chemtrail. That is a lot better. Cookie landed right here at the base of this. I think it's a bat house. Maybe a 30, 40 foot look here, edge of C1. Oh, that was so good all the way. When I was out here for the tournament, this one looked a lot more difficult just because the leaves were all still on the trees. Made the ceiling seem a lot lower. Though I suppose the ceiling basically is just as low because you're probably not going to make it through the branches just like you wouldn't make it through the leaves. 255 feet. Again, kind of a turnover line or a forehand if you've got it. I'm going to throw the chemtrail, hope it flips, and kind of coast right underneath the basket would be nice. Turn. I think it's winter. I'm not throwing things as hard. Got to really get into it, get stuff to turn. 15, 20 footer for birdie. Aim, fire the wrist, putting is easy. Just got to get it up. Well, that one was too high and too right. Nothing wants to stay up for me. 235 feet downhill. Right at the tree. Real long way still to get down there. Oh, that hydrogen just, I put it on the slightest bit of anhyzer and it just rode it the whole way. My old rot, I think if I were to throw the same thing, would have fought out and been perfect. Well, I threw that a lot more nose up. Left myself a huge uphill putt here. Bogey it is. If you've watched all my stuff so far, you're probably at this point asking yourself, who is this guy? And he's not very good at disc golf, and he's only mediocre at camera work and editing. So why is he starting a YouTube channel? Honestly, I found disc golf last year in like September and kind of fell in love with it and have been playing basically 4 or 5 times a week ever since. And absolutely, yeah, love it. And recently I've been feeling kind of like I need a creative outlet, hence the YouTube channel. 310 to the yellow basket, pretty much dead straight. We're throwing the black out. Gonna try and hyzer flip it up there. Flipped, keep riding, keep riding. Don't skip. Oh. Unfortunately, the road is OB. That sucks. Let's see, it would have skipped in this way and then it kind of rolled backward, so. Probably here. 1, 2, 3. Drop. All right. For par. I'm just not trusting it right now. We're at +3 after 2 bogeys in a row, and we're coming up on what's definitely a very birdieable hole. 195, just past and to the right of that tree. Gonna throw the Prox mine, let it fade right to it. Clip the tree a little. That should be a birdie. I think if we didn't hit the tree branches on the right side there, we would have looked even better because we would have got another 3 feet out of it. Oh! How did I hit left side? Wind grabbed that one. Would have done that the first time. Hole 8 is 195. Bit of a water carry, but it's a 200-foot hole and the water is 50 feet across, maybe. So really, we should not be too worried. Throw in the special edition chemtrail. Get through those trees. Now that should be a birdie. Revoke my PDGA membership right now. Okay, 2 spit outs like that, at what point do you blame the basket? That one was even right side chains. I don't know what to say. I'm just doomed to not get a birdie, apparently. Hole 9, 195, true island hole. Little island out there. And I don't have a disc retriever, and I don't feel like swimming in water that there is ice on top of. So we're gonna baby it and lay up with the depth charge and then try and putt across for our birdie. Sit, sit. That is basically as close to the edge as you can get. Would have rather been a little closer to the basket by being more right, but we'll take it. That worked out all right. We're about 5 feet from the edge here and maybe 20, 25 to the basket. Go in. Feels like I'm trying to lay stuff up. I promise you I'm not. Back around to hole 1. This time we're playing to the blue baskets. 285, dead straight, on top of a hill. I'm gonna throw the Luft Boreum. I haven't really had a ton of opportunities to throw this since I got it. This is Luft's one with kind of a weird, rounded rim here. I threw it once during my warm-ups, and I mean, it flew like an overstable disc or a disc that I don't quite have the arm speed for. Yeah. Flew all right, honestly. Kept it low, skip at the bottom of the hill. Should be able to collect par. We'll make a birdie run at it though. At this point you might be asking yourself, that was 285, why'd you throw a 14 speed? Because I can, mostly. Get in there! Just no birdies for me today. All these long looks are coming so close. I don't necessarily want to blame my bad putting on the new putter, but what else am I supposed to blame? The fact that I'm not a good putter? Psh, no way. Just so you know kind of what I'm working with as I switch putters here. This is my old putter, it's the Doomsday Rot. I've been told it's a lot like a Wizard. It's a relatively shallow beaded putter. What I'm trying to see if I want to switch to more permanently is the Luft Hydrogen. This is kind of a weirdo disc. Very deep, no bead, almost like a catch disc, and its numbers are 1200, and it flies every bit of 1200. You put it on any kind of line, it will just hold that line. Hyzer, anhyzer, dead flat. And that's why I think it would be a good putting putter for me. I'm very much a spin putter, so when I release the disc, if I can make sure I'm keeping it flat, it should go dead straight exactly into the basket. Hole 2 to blue is 195, up the same hill, more dead straight rather than off to the right. Always got to hit a tree. We ended up way to the right of the fairway, not normally where I imagine you'd like to end up. But we've got a good look at the blue basket from maybe 100 feet. Ooh, good stop. Started to slip on leaves on my back foot. There it is. Like I said, I put that on the tiniest bit of anhyzer and it just held it. I didn't mean to. I meant to release it flat, but uphill, that's kind of difficult. And that's the Rot. A much better shot overall. And there was the driver I threw. Basically landed on top of the Rot. For par. That time I almost wanted a little Annie. I feel like this hole really should not be a bogey hole for me. Blue basket on this one is 330 feet. This time I'm sure I want to throw a turnover line. I'm gonna do it with the blackout. Little bit of a tailwind might make it a little tricky. Turn, turn. Yes, keep turning, keep turning. Don't fight out of it. Left it probably 100 out left. So even though I only found disc golf last September, I really jumped headfirst into tournaments this year. I played in, I don't know, 5 or 6 C tiers around town throughout this season, and I hope to play in more next year. I know that a lot of people don't start playing tournaments until they've played disc golf for way longer than that, but I saw myself progressing and wanted to kind of see where I ranked. The answer is pretty bad. I played a couple tournaments in MA4 and placed pretty middle of the pack. I can't putt today. But after those middle of the pack performances, I decided I would try and push myself and play the rest of the year in MA3. I was basically placing dead last in every tournament appearance. So I think as tournament time comes around again in 2025, I'm gonna drop back down to MA4 for throws just like that. 300 feet, by the way. But hopefully I'll be able to kind of get on the improvement train real quick and start feeling good enough to play MA3 again. That's not gonna help. Really gotta work on my forehand. Am I really about to double bogey this? Really got to get used to this whole neutral putter thing. Maybe if you're new to the game like me, you'll learn something along the way. Or maybe if you're really experienced, you'll be able to teach me something along the way too. Or maybe we'll just both have some fun playing the greatest sport in the world. Skip. Well, I parked yellow probably 40 feet from blue because I know that's what I'll be doing whether I get better or not. Oh! Anyway, we're back on hole 6. 465 and it's still marked as a par 3. Just stay in bounds. Whoo! Hit the OB hard, bounced back in. Don't love that for the health of the disc, but it's good for the round. You'd think when the U-disc average is a whole stroke over par, they might change par. Oh, I ripped that way bad. Meant to be putting that on hyzer. Road took a good chunk out of this one. I think I just need to swing this out wide and hyzer it back in. Yeah, like that. 2, 3. Might save what should be par. Yeah, I don't think I can bring myself to be mad at a 4 on this hole. This time we're 240 to the blue basket. During the tournament, I saw some people play a forehand line over the water. I am not that brave. Going with my scope, straight up the middle. Skipped just past the yellow. About a 15, 20 foot look at it. Again, I'm just leaving everything short. Hole 8, same water carry. 235 feet to the blue basket. Just a little longer after the water carry. Sit. Well, we stayed in bounds at least. Another one of these 15 footers. Let's make a birdie. Finally today, we get one. I don't know if it's come across on video, but that was a journey to get a birdie. Back to hole 9, hole 18 for us. Exactly the same as the first time. It's only got one basket. Island hole, lay up with the depth charge, get close. Try and put it in for birdie. Oh, I went too far. Get across. Splash down. Drop zone for par is right at this edge of the water. Got a little too overzealous on that drive. They had flags here in the tournament. I think it's right about here. Oh. Well, we're gonna wrap up with a bogey. I'm gonna see if the guy behind me has a disc retriever to grab that disc. Like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. So the guy behind me did not, in fact, have a disc retriever. And I want that disc back. I would normally wear Vessies, but that's more water than my Vessies can handle. And this is free content to go after the video, so. Just in case I fall down. In and out. Real quick. Roll up my pants a little higher. Whew, that's cold. Whew. Whew. That was dumb. Don't ever do this. I don't think that was worth it.